Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and I'm at St Paul's Pillar, well near it, that's over there. Just quickly showing you the walkway that's in the process of being renovated. And now we're going to head up to Fabrica Hill and then come back down again via Paphos Walkway. That's the plan. So let's set off. A couple more random pillars here. A little yappy dog. It's Sunday, I think it's the 14th, might be the 15th of December anyway. So you'll see this in a couple of days' time, no doubt. Very pleasant, just gone midday. I did come down from Polemi wearing long trousers and a jumper. I've since taken the jumper off because it is a bit warmer down here. Nice little cats around. On our right you've got Ottoman baths. Don't know if you can actually get into them, but to be quite honest, there's not a lot to see in an Ottoman bath anyway. I did see in the grounds here though once, is my first sighting of a Cypriot hedgehog. And they're strange little creatures because they're like British hedgehogs, but they got really big ears. Compared to British hedgehogs anyway. I would show you a picture, but I don't have one to hand. Trust me, do a Google or ask Chat GTP or whatever. I can't tell you why they've got particularly big ears, but they have. So anyway, we've taken the side road next to St Paul's Pillar, and we're heading up to the second outdoor theatre in Paphos. The first one's in the archaeological park, and to see that it cost you €4.50, which is possibly the best €4.50 you can spend if you come to Cyprus for a holiday. But if you don't fancy doing that, you can come up here and have a distant look at the other outdoor theatre, because it's not in the archaeological park. It is fenced off though, and don't try and climb over it, etc., because they won't appreciate it. Very nice little houses down here too. Decorations there. Obviously sat outside before their Sunday lunch. Statue here. And that road leads back to the main road. I think it's all one way. I mean, you only really have course to drive down there if you live there. Now this path takes you further into Paphos, that way towards Bar Street area. But the space there is pretty underutilised. At the moment at least. I think there's a little kids playground there, and that's about it. They did do some building of shelters there a few years ago, but that didn't seem to amount to anything. In fact, I thought that's where the new bus station was going to go. It looked like one. Got that completely wrong there. It's a very pretty house, this one. Utilising shells to their full potential. So here's the second outdoor theatre. Oh, there's a turnstile there now. Wonder if you can actually walk through it. That would be a surprise. Be still my aching heart. Nope. And you can't do the other trick of... That's weird though, it does suggest that there's an entrance somewhere else. Or is it just unlocked when the archaeologists are here? Because it's an active active site. I don't know how long they've been there. I'll lift the camera up a bit so you can get a better view though. That's it's not an amphitheatre technically, because lots of people call it that, but an amphitheatre has to be a 360 affair. So even the one in the archaeological part isn't technically an amphitheatre, though it often gets called that. Now I'm going to go up to the top of Fabrica Hill. Just don't be confused by this dead end sign. It's only for people driving. As we walk up, I'll show you a bit more of the ruins over there. If you like our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channels. That's Paphos Life and Cyprus Panoramas for all our 360 content. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps us a great deal, especially Cyprus Panoramas. If you want to help us out financially, go to our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/Paphos Life. All coffees are very gratefully received. Oh, looks like there's a closed... Oh, I thought for a minute it was a closed gate. Does that mean Fabrica Hill has opening times? Quickly get to the top. Ooh. Have a look around. Go and see the outdoor theatre from above. Don't think you can see anything from it, actually, from up here. Sorry, I just stopped to do a little film for our Facebook subscribers, because they get their own unique extra content. If you want to see that, just go on to Facebook. You can subscribe there on our Paphos Life page. Not sure how it works, it's something my wife organises. But we're at the top of Fabrica Hill now, and we're going to walk down the walkway till the opposite King's Avenue Mall. A few people wandering around. Nice to see Fabrica Hill being appreciated. Also nice to see that the art exhibition they had, there was an exhibit just up here, but it's all been cleared up properly. There are lots of catacombs in that direction. There are actually two sets of them. I've done films fairly recently on them, quite a few films actually, so I won't go in there again. But there's more to see than you might first think. And more excavations here. Must be, if you could just take off all the soil on Fabrica Hill and see what remained. Then again, you wouldn't have Fabrica Hill if you did that. It would just be more ruins like they got at the archaeological park on the other side, so perhaps it's best to keep it as it is. Right, so this is the walkway. Oops, someone's tied a padlock there. And start a trend. And you can tell we've had a bit of rain because the area around the walkway is now green and grass is beginning to grow. Every year Cyprus goes from being brown to green and back again, and every year it takes you by surprise. I still haven't decided exactly which I prefer, because it is very nice seeing green hills and all the spring flowers, but it's also very nice going through one of the valleys midsummer and you're in like dry, barren conditions, and you could imagine yourself on a prairie somewhere. There's an old graveyard over there. I would imagine that's Turkish Cypriot one. Let's go visit one day. When I first started doing an article, I went to quite a few of the older graveyards that are dotted in the countryside and the old abandoned villages. I think it's coming up to 10 years of me doing Paphos Life now. So once that milestone is reached in June, I could basically go to all the old sites I did articles on and see what they're like 10 years down the line. Because some places you wouldn't notice any change at all, but some places have changed completely. There's King's Avenue Mall with the Christmas decorations on the roundabout. And lots of people on the first floor having coffees in the coffee shops. The reason I'm concentrating on the mall as opposed to Fabrica Hill at the moment is where the sun is, in case you're wondering. I will, when I'm a bit further round, have another pan round so you can have another look at it. I don't want to dazzle you. I don't know, I suppose they look nice now. You see those balls, I don't know if you can make them out, they've got. They're not illuminated, so at night they just look like dark blobs. But during the day they do have a nice sparkle through them. Right, let's have a quick look back at Fabrica Hill from this side. Quacker. And we'll continue up to the Roman Hotel. No longer open, of course. Apparently there was some interesting ruins underneath the hotel. I've yet to investigate. And beyond the hotel, to the left of it, you can see the further reaches of the archaeological park. I guess that's the area that gets dug up the most still. There's some interesting little old churches, ruins of, in there, basilicas, that's what they're called. But you also have Tumpelos, which is my favourite part of the archaeological park. So it's worth making the trek up there. And don't just stop at once you've seen the murals. Not forgetting, of course, there's 40 columns fortress as well. In the previous film, I was actually in the garden down there, so check that out if you want to see what was there. And you can just see the top of the lighthouse now. And there's another basilica in the middle of all that undergrowth. Now the path to it is pretty much overgrown now. So if you want to go there, you might want to smuggle in a pair of secateurs with you. It does make you wonder what is underneath the various hills there though. Saying that, there's a mysterious hill here as well. I suppose you could just excavate that little hill, see what they find. Anyway, once we reach the bottom of the walkway, we can cross over and we'll be at the entrance to the catacombs. They've got their decorations up at the moment, though they obviously won't look very special until this evening. Looks like some dance or exercise is going on there. Not sure what that is. They're probably doing something for social media. Who am I to judge? I'm not going to do any dances though. So, if you want to visit Fabrica Hill and you're in a car, this is quite a good place to park just in there. And then you can either go up the walkway or through the catacombs to get to the top. And there are some more catacombs just up here on the right, but they're locked up. And they have been for a while now, which is a shame. Because they were fun exploring. But that's the main entrance to the catacombs over there, with the Christmas decorations. And now, should I go as far as the Shrine Cave just up here? Yes I will, that'd be a good place to end really. This cargo pass and see if I can cross over without getting run over. The motorbikes just about to go past. Oh, Wolts everywhere. I don't understand how people moan about cost of living, etc. And yet half the world seems to be using third parties to do simple tasks. I wonder everything's so much more expensive for you. Anyway, I could rant on about that, I can assure you, but I'm not going to. I'll finish by the Shrine Cave and hopefully I can get a name of it. So I can call it something other than, oh here we go. Agia Solomoni Catacomb. I'm not going to go down into it because I filmed that not that long ago, but here are all the rags and votive offerings of people tied to a tree above it. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheers.